Today I'm going to remove a headlight to a 2011 Dodge Ram. Other models are similar. So the plastic cover, the shield, you want to remove this. There's little plastic T-nuts and they just pop into holes like there and there. Just remove that so you have access to this bolt on the grill, another one here, there's one here, and another one here. Down inside you'll notice that plastic tab. I'll tell you about that later when we get this going. The grill bolts are 10mm bolts. Just take the 4 of them out. Once you've taken the 4 bolts out, the grill is fairly loose. There's a little tab on the inside. I'm using a screwdriver. And I'll show you that part in a minute. Alright, I got the grill off. What I was fighting with was this little tab here. This one just slides into a spot on the inside, and this little locking tab here, you can see it's got like a little lip on it. So I had to pry up with it. You got to be careful, these are hard plastic. Once you've got the grill off, you have access to this bolt and that bolt right down there. Okay, those tabs I was fighting with, this is where they click into. That center piece just slides in here, and then this one clicked in here. So we removed the bolts that we talked about earlier, but there's a lot of little pieces parts. This stud slides into this hole, so when you're pulling it out, it's kind of a tight fit. You can kind of see that it snaps in there. One thing I wasn't able to show you guys on the removal of this light is this. Other than the 2 bolts that we have, this tab is a locking tab, and when the light's in there, this little piece here slides into that hole, and then you need to reach in from the wheel well. There's a little panel in there, and you need to reach in there and push this up to open this up. Now when you are installing the light and you push the light back in, you have to reach back in there, and then you have to pull this down. See that? So it locks, so that this piece goes around that piece. So when I took mine out, I had busted this thing off because I had pushed the light in. So when you go to reinstall, make sure that this piece is up in there and centered. It's got there's a little tension piece in there, and then the light just simply slides straight back in. I'm going to have to glue mine on, because I'm certainly not buying a new light for this little piece. A little bit of crazy glue I think should do it, maybe JB Weld. And here's a little flap. It's held on by one of those little studs. You can get up in there. Installing the light is reverse. Just line up the pins. A little push, that's it. Alright, when reinstalling the grill, you're going to push into this tab. You've got a center piece, I'll show you on the grill, that goes in here in the middle, and another one on that side. And you've got to kind of go over this lip right in here. So let's do that now. Alright, this is the center tab that has to go in the little receiver bracket. These are the little tabs that kind of hooked at the bottom, so you got to snap that in. You should be able to hear it. Be careful with it, there's brittle plastic. Okay? The center one align. That little tab I showed you has to go over here. There's a little metal clip that goes into there. See that? Okay. Also, when you're putting these brackets on, there's two types of screws. There's a plastic screw for plastic like this, and there's a metal screw like that. So these two, this one and this one in the middle are the metal screws, and the plastic screws go on the outside. Also guys, make sure your gap between your grill and your light is even on both sides. Okay, this gap here is correct. Your bolt is slotted so you can move it back and forth. Put your dust cover back on. These don't work, go get a new one. They're not worth the trouble fighting with them. And that's it. Hopefully that helps. See you later.